Hi guys and welcome back to another mini review. This time I am reviewing Ven VR Adventure. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. I've taken quite a big break from YouTube, as you can see, and I've been wanting to get back into it for a while now, but just haven't had the motivation or time to do so. But when I received an email for a key to review Ven VR Adventure, I knew I had to get back into it. When you first jump into the game, you are introduced to Ven. His planet has been taken over by Bruce Nelson. Bruce is trying to destroy the planet and the people living on it. His main goal is to harvest all the magical power the planet has to offer, and use it to become practically immortal. I thought this was a good start to a thrilling storyline, but I was left a little disappointed by the end. One main thing I didn't understand or couldn't find any information about was who you actually were or what you were doing there. In games such as Moss or Trover Saves the Universe, you are introduced and have a purpose of why you are there. This wouldn't have been a problem if the characters and the environment didn't react to you, but because they did, I was just left wondering, why am I here? But other than that, the story, while being a little basic, was still very easy and fun to follow along your journey throughout Ven's dismantled planet. I know we've all played our fair share of VR platformers in our times on VR. By all means, this one isn't perfect, but it encapsulates all the aspects of past VR platformers and delivers it in a nice, neat package. The gameplay was actually really fun and quite rewarding. When I first started playing through the first levels, I thought this is way too easy, but then I was hit with a steep difficulty curve. When I got to the Frozen Castle level, then I realised this isn't going to be a walk in the park. This way of making and setting out levels was quite clever. Instead of having the levels being hard off the start and deterring people, it almost eases you into it. It gives you enough time to learn all the controls and become comfortable with them. Also, unlike Moss and Trover Saves the Universe, it doesn't have puzzles which leave you scratching your head or even referring to YouTube for an answer. These levels are a lot more skill based. This had me getting slightly frustrated with myself, but in a good way, as when I eventually overcame the obstacle in my way, it felt all that more rewarding. You'll also find some boss fights along the way. These are a nice change of pace and a new level of difficulty. This brings me on to the graphics of the game, which were really good. The character models were really detailed. When you see the bosses, it is quite a spectacle. The environments are aesthetically pleasing as well, massively varying between beaches, castles, all the way to a sawmill. The levels are also suspended very high in the air. It's quite cool looking down over the side to the sheer drop. There is also a combat element in the game. You have two sickles and use them to dispatch the enemies. You can also jump onto their heads to eliminate them. One thing I would have liked to have seen was the expansion of the combat system. You don't get any upgrades to your current weapons, and the enemies are all one hit or jump to kill, excluding a couple. Now, I know the game wasn't made to be based around combat, and it is merely there to add a bit more of a challenge and depth, but I couldn't help feel I wanted more. Now, something they implemented which I thought was really clever and fun was the chance to speedrun a level once you've completed it. When you load back into a level, there's a little platform. If you run over the platform, the clock starts and you have to complete the level as fast as you can, and the checkpoints are taken out as well. So if you die, you're put right back to the start of the level. They've also put an online leaderboard into the game for speedruns. I've always said that simply adding an online leaderboard in games such as these is such a good idea. It adds so much replayability for the game. True speedrunners will love this and be battling for first place on all the levels. I can't wait to see different routes and shortcuts the speedrunners find. There could even be an esport with speedrunning certain levels. If speedrunners take a liking to the game and its mechanics, there could easily be a speedrunner community that is formed around this game. And then to follow, maybe some small esport events. Who knows what's in store for this game? So, in conclusion, Ven VR Adventure is a really fun game which has intuitive controls. The platforming is really rewarding once you have beaten the level you've been struggling on for 30 minutes. The story leaves you wanting to know a little bit more, and the combat is a bit lackluster, but the overall gameplay makes up for this. The speedrunning element is a really fun concept, and who knows where it will take the game in the future. But all I know is Ven VR Adventure is another fun platformer to add to your Quest 2 library. So that's going to end the video for today. If you enjoyed, make sure you smash a like, comment and subscribe. Thanks, I'll see you in the next one.